What's up, guys? It's Morgan and Andrew, Cardfight Onyx rating, and our boy Alex, who's just kind of our friend. He's just hanging out. And what we got for you today, it's not porn.
Yes, it is.
Is Vanquisher deck profile, my boys. Okay, so honest with you, right quick, this is like my favorite new deck, pretty much.
It's
like
pretty fucking good.
I have played with this so much, and it's so fun to play, and it makes all your friends salty. It's like everything you could want in a deck, like for real. So like, let's just go. Let's just get into it. So your starter is my boy Hard Rod Draco Kid.
So fucking hard. Erect.
Fucking erect. This starter is no doubt the best Narukami starter to come out ever.
Yeah.
Fucking nonsense. Act. Rest him. Your opponent binds one. If they couldn't bind one, you countercharge one, and then you can give a 3k to your Thunderstrike if they couldn't bind one, so it's lit. And then his other act is a Thunderstrike 4, Counterblast 1, Insole him, retire bind one of your opponent's rear guards, and then give plus 3,000 to one of your units. So, like, on a combo with him, they have no drop because you bound it all already. Countercharge, plus 3 to one of your Thunderstrikes, Counterblast 1, Insole, bind one of theirs, put off some more combos with like Chain Bolt Dragoon and stuff, and then plus 3 to another one of your units. You know, combos. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sitting.
All right, I'm gonna trust you. All right, so after starter, we'll just go into grade 3s. Of course, we play 4 of your boy
Spanking.
Dragonic Vanquisher Spanking. So I've heard this called, debatedly the best card in set 12. Like other stuff, he's an amazing card.
What else was in set 12 besides Luard?
Mukuro, like Shiranui,
yeah.
A little bit of Shiranui, like.
That was the set you had to drop your wallet on.
I did have to drop my wallet on because I needed Luard, I needed Mukuro, I needed Chronofang. A lot of goods. Gear Next was in it, yeah.
And Ichikishima.
And Ichikishima, yeah. But I mean, their decks didn't need them as much as Vanquisher needed Sparking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sparking, Thunderstrike 4, beginning of ride phase, Countercharge 1 or Soul Charge 1, and your opponent binds a card from their drop zone. And then when your G unit strides on it, you can Counterblast 1. And your opponent binds a card from their drop zone. And then if your G unit has Thunderstrike, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards and retires and binds it. So, fucking nonsense. There you go. I remember when my channel was family friendly.
What does family friendly mean?
Yeah, so for Sparking, obviously, he combos really well with other cards. Like, he runs the deck now. Sparking is the engine. Alright, so back up grade 3. Dragonic Vanquisher written now. We play 3 Eradicator Dragonic Descended Sigma. Because I'm not basic. The reason we don't run Vanquisher anymore is because, while he's still good for the name and the deck will still work off of him, like, he doesn't provide the same kind of insane pressure that Sparking does. And Sigma is just a really good rear guard. Like, I heard Different Fight talk about this. Different Fight's my boy. What up? Anyway, I heard Different Fight talk about this, and I decided to test it. And the thing is, like, he's just an excellent rear guard. GV1 once per turn, when he doesn't hit, after he swings at a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, ditch a card, stand it back up.
I can speak from experience. That's painful.
Yeah, it's just a restanding rear guard, and it's just pretty dank.
After getting 4 drive checks and like all crits, that's just
here comes Sigma, 11k, 22, it's a smooth 31k, 5 critical. Oh, what? Guard? Alright. Back up. 5 critical. That won't happen very often, but it could. It's nonsense. So that's a grade 3 lineup just like that. Just 4 Sparking, 3 Sigma. That's what we need. Grade 2 lineup, mine is pretty simple. We have 4 Chatteru. If you haven't heard what Chatteru is, because you started playing this game, I don't know, just now. Chatara's been a 4 of in pretty much every Narukami deck that I've known of for a long time.
I've seen arguments for 3.
Yeah, but
it's
they're wrong.
Yeah, people are allowed to be wrong. It's okay.
I mean, no, I can see taking Chatara down to 3. I considered it, but then I put him back up to 4 just because the early game pressure is too strong.
Yeah.
Chatara cannot attack a rear guard. He's an 8k base, but during your turn he gets +3 continuous, and if he hits, counterblast 1, bind a card from your opponent's drop zone, and draw a card. So he's an 11k attacker early game, and it's just, honestly, it's just more painful than you would think it is. Like, people see Chatara and they swing at him, like with their Vanguard. They don't like Chatara to stay on the field at all. Like, if Chatara's there, there's a problem. Of course, we play 4 of my main girl, waifu material, circular, freaking, what is her? Circular Blade of Strong Lightning, Gliselle. Oh, Grizel. They changed her name.
Oh, English.
In katakana.
English alert.
This card is amazing. I love her. When she's attacked or targeted for a skill, she makes your opponent bind 1 from drop zone. And then, so like, that's just, that's enough to run her already, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like, you attack her, you target her for a blow up, you try to lock her, bind a card. And then Thunderstrike, she has a, Thunderstrike 5, yeah. She gets plus 9,000, so double her power. And then act once per turn. You can counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards if you have a Vanquisher Vanguard, and she can attack both the rear guard and the Vanguard.
Shit strong.
Yeah, so she doubles her power on Thunderstrike 5 and attacks 2 units.
Which is, pretty nice on VMAX turns, because...
Yeah, because, you take out their field before you swing the VMAX and then you kill them. And it's also pretty nice on, V-Buster turns, because 4 drive checks stack some crits on this lady, and she's already got double her power, 18k base. It's nonsense. And, okay, so the end of my grade 2 lineup is kind of something, well, you should already be, some people will already be alerted that it's the end of the grade 2 lineup. Because everyone runs this card, but not everybody runs it like I do. I run 4 Plasmatron Dragon. I love his little robot arms.
You mean Helena? Is that Helena?
What? Excuse me? Helena? What is that? I don't like that card. Okay, so a lot of people run this grade 2 that's called Helena, that's got like a Thunderstrike 4, Counterblast 1, draw a card, skill, or something. I'm just like, okay, weaker Chatara. Like, I don't need you. I like Plasmatron because he's just, late game, he's just massive numbers. So, Thunderstrike 4 once per turn, and that's not a GB1, so if you got Thunderstrike 4 without striding, somehow, which you can do, like, the starter binds 1 per turn, like, if they're trying to, like, stall you out, you can do it. He gets +2 for each card in your opponent's drop zone, or bind zone. Oops. Opponent's bind zone until end of turn. So, let me say, GB8 turns, I've called this boy out. It's just not, you're not guarding that without PG. It's just not happening. And then GB1 auto, when you call in a rearguard circle, your opponent chooses a card from their drop zone and binds it. It's easy to start Thunderstrike with him. Like, he helps you easily start it, and then he's massive numbers. So, I don't think there's a thing wrong with this card at all. Counterblast 1 is a pretty light cost to get a +10, +8, maybe possible +40 late game, It's just, his cost isn't that heavy, and like you can get it back with sparking and with a lot of cards. Like, it's just worth it. I run 3 Stride Assist because other grade 1s are really good, but you still need some Stride Assists. So there you go. It's not a lot of explaining. This one was kind of hard to decide for grade 1s. I didn't even really mention that we went to grade 1s. But whatever. Chain Bolt Dragoon at 3. I love Chain Bolt Dragoon. I was running him at 4, but then I just wanted to smack in another Chatara, so...
He's the one that does, +2 for shit?
Yeah, when your opponent... It's once per turn, rearguard circle, when your opponent's unit is put into the drop zone due to the effect of one of your cards. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanquisher, they bind another card from their drop zone, and then you can give one of your units +2.
Oh, damn.
So, it continues the combo, adds more to Thunderstrike, and powers up your unit. What I do love about this card is on your turn, if you use a G-Guard to bind your opponent's card, you can, well, to retire bind your opponent's card, hint, the Fighter's Collection one, or Bulwark, then this thing will let you bind another card from their drop zone, and then you can power up your Vanguard by +2 to make it harder to hit.
Oh yeah.
So I like this, especially if you've got 2 on the field, and then you're just like +4 to my Vanguard. You know.
But this is an angel feather.
What? Let's put a skirt on Vanquisher sparking. Somebody get on Photoshop. Photoshop me a picture of Vanquisher in Gavriel's outfit.
Please. Waifu.dragon.
Waifu.dragon. So Chain Bolt's really good. I was running it at 4, but I had to mess around with my testing. I run 4 Smashboxer Dragon because plus Ultra, you know, I love it. It's so good.
Smash.
Continuous GB1, when this unit's boosting, the unit that it's boosting and itself cannot be targeted for card effects. Or for your opponent's card effects. Yeah, so no Denial Griffin on this boy.
But this is an Aqua Force.
So yeah, it's just a resist to the column that it's boosting in. It's dope. And then GB1, Rearguard Circle, Thunderstrike 3. At the end of the battle that this unit boosted, if you have a Vanquisher Vanguard, you can put it in the soul, then countercharge and draw a card.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty dank. Resources, my boy. Alright, and then our last grade 1 is 4 of the new Anastasia Perfect Guard. I run the Thunderstrike Anastasia over the Countercharge Anastasia for a couple of different reasons. First, this Anastasia is a perfect guard from hand, of course. You know, drop it from hand, discard a card, nullified hit. There you go. But it's also Thunderstrike 4 when it's retired from guard circle, draw a card. So that also means that if D-Robo hits it with a smooth guard break, at least I get a draw out of it.
And then you die to crits.
And then you die to crits. But at least you got the draw off of it.
That's what matters. Draws into heal.
Yep. The thing about the countercharge Perfect Guard, it's still good. Like, if you're running it, I don't I don't have a huge problem with it. Like, the countercharge is nice, but you don't need it. I mean, you have 4 Smashboxers, well, if you play like I do, and you definitely have 4 Sparkings, so if you need Counterblast, you can just countercharge at the beginning of all your turns.
But what about your boy Wyvern Guard Gold, the new Thunderstrike Wyvern Guard?
Excuse me.
We don't speak of him.
I don't even know what that card is.
You remember like the
No.
OG?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, on to triggers. 4 Fighters Collection heals. Meditate Draco Kid. I love his art. He's cute.
Replaced.
Yeah, he's going to be gone whenever Narukami gets its next wave of support. They'll get the new heals that are coming out. If you haven't seen those, they're just heals that when you G-Guard with them, you can bind another heal from your drop to countercharge Soul Charge. Like, all the heals are coming out, and that's just easier to get off than this one. This heal, Soul Blast 1, if you use it for the Fighters Collection G-Guard, and you have 1 or less face-up damage, you can countercharge 1. So he's good. I like him. He's great and all that. He's one of the better heal skills from Fighters Collection, but he's going to be replaced as soon as our next round of support comes out. It's just a matter of fact. 4 Vanquisher Boss Crit. If you don't know what a Boss Crit does, it's when your unit with Vanquisher attacks, or any other Boss Crit, when your boss unit, your grade 3 or greater unit with Vanquisher or whatever attacks, you insole it, give it +5 and draw a card. So, everybody plays 4 Boss Crits. Come on. We all know.
Except the poor players.
Except for the decks that, don't have boss crits, or the decks that, don't play the card that the boss crit, helps. 4 regular crits. Yes, they're 2 different arts. I'm sorry. Be mad.
Oh,
but,
cancer.
I mean, at least they're 2 matching arts. There's actually kind of a tactical thing to this. Like, if they have...
Come on now.
No, but, I mean, yes, they are only what I could just find. But, also, if you play 3 different kinds of crit arts, and they haven't seen your stands yet, they think you're playing 12 crit. Which, I mean, I've seen the argument for made, and I've also seen it work. Like, it actually kind of does confuse people. So, there you go. Don't judge me. And then, of course, I play 4 Dragon Dancer Vivian. Or, actually, Vianne has stand triggers, because she's great. GB1, put this unit onto your top of your deck. When your opponent's rear guard hits the drop zone, for any reason, just if they hit the drop zone, you can countercharge you can shuffle your deck, countercharge 1, and then draw a card after you put this on top deck. So, let's say this boosted attack that hits your opponent's rear guard and puts in the drop zone. Oh, there you go. Countercharge 1, shuffle your stand back in, draw a card.
Triggers with skills, people. Run them.
Yep. Triggers with skills. Pay the bills. On to the G zone. We play 1. Conquering Supreme Dragon Voltex Zapper Dragon. I love this card. He was bad.
He was very bad.
He was bad before sparking. But after sparking, he became super useful. Like his Thunderstrike, he has Thunderstrike 3. When he attacks, he gets +10 and an auto skill at the end of the battle. And counterblast 1 for each 2 face-up bound cards in your opponent's bind zone. Your opponent retires and binds another one. So before Vanquisher sparking, there was like no real way you were gonna have enough Thunderstrike by first stride to use him. After Vanquisher sparking, it's just so easy to get that amount of Thunderstrike that he's just the best. He's the best first stride because he gets your Thunderstrike from 1 to like 5 by the end of the turn. So like he just starts everything. He's a +10, 36k pressure already. Like this is a good first stride. It's just it's how it is. I play 2 Voltage. I do think Voltage has really good skills, but I don't think he's good enough to be a 4 of anymore. I know people argue about it, but like I don't go into Voltage very often, so like I just can't argue for it.
Where that triple R art though?
I actually like this art better.
Really?
Yeah, I like the triple R foil, but this single R art, I like the art better. Also, I mean, this one's $13 anyway, so whatever.
Right.
Act once per turn, flip up a copy of him, and then when he hits, he retires one of your opponent's rear guards and binds 2 from their drop zone. And then he also has the continuous GB3. During your turn, all the units in your front row get +3 for every card in your opponent's bind zone, which is a really good skill. But like you need that if you need power pressure, like a lot of it. And like you already have it with other cards, so like you just don't really go into him very often because by the time you go into him, you could have gone into so many other things that would have killed your opponent already.
Fair.
I play 4 Conquering Supreme Dragon Dragonic Vanquisher V-Buster.
Yes.
Yeah.
V-busted.
V-Busted.
Very busted.
Yeah.
Too busted. Get out of the game.
Yeah, Purple Lightning Boy over here, who I love, has the Act skill, Soul Blast 1, choose a face down V-Buster, flip it face up, and then then your opponent chooses 1 card each from their bind zone and their rear guards and bind them face up. It's not retire bind, so it's not going to start any freaking Chain Bolt Dragoon or VN skills. It's not going to do anything for that, so don't cheat. Then if you have more rear guards than your opponent, choose up to 3 of your units and give them +3. Busted. Already pretty good. I mean, but the second part of the skill is the one everyone cares about.
Right.
GB3, Thunderstrike 7, which isn't hard to get into. You can have Thunderstrike 7 easy by second stride. All of your units in your front row get +5, and this unit gets +a crit and +a drive check. So 4 drives, 2 crit. Real good.
You want to know what I have to say to this?
What?
Resist!
Give me all the resist things.
Resist!
I mean, it won't stop me from getting the crits and the drives. It won't stop me. You might stop me from getting the 3, but I'll still get the 5s. But like on a really good turn, and actually on a basic turn with this, like you can pretty much wipe your opponent's field every turn with Vanquisher now, so it's not hard to do. Having more rear guards than your opponent, you give your front row +8. It's just easy. It's easy breezy beautiful. Cover girl. So I love V-Buster. V-Buster's broken. I play 1 VMAX. You can make the argument for playing 2. It's fine. I think 1 is good as long as you know when you're using it, when you're gonna kill. GB3, Thunderstrike 5, Counterblast 2 at the end of the battle that he attacked a Vanguard. If your opponent doesn't have any rear guards, deal a damage. And then when he attacks a Vanguard, you can choose your opponent's rear guards per each Vanquisher that's face up in your G zone and attack it as well. So, yeah. Everyone knows what he does. He's been broken forever. I mean, you can play 2. The G zone's kind of tight, but I also can see you taking out Conquest for him. You know.
Oh, you're still running Conquest?
Yeah.
I was like, what's...
Yeah, I would
Where's
say...
the 2 extra
Yeah. We're getting there.
VMAX go? Or not VMAX, what the...
Voltage?
Voltage.
Yeah, I like Conquest. I also only had... I had 2 Conquest, 2 Voltage. And, I mean, to be honest, you never really go into either of them.
This is fair.
So, like, Conquest has its uses, Voltage has its uses. Course 1 of the GB8, you play the GB8, you win. There you go. That's what you need to know. When the GB8 strides in the field, everyone's rear guards are retired. Resist units don't even get saved. They all get retired. It's a blanket skill. It doesn't target anybody. And then his GB8 is, well, actually that's part of his GB8, but... And then after that, he gets the continuous of all your units get +2 for each card in your opponent's bind zone. So yeah, it's game ending.
Yeah.
So you call him, blow up the field, call a new field, then your field gets massive power. So, yep.
Pretty good.
Pretty dank. JoJo art, he's got all the freaking, he's punching so fast you can see 5 copies of his fist. What? We've got Conquests. I can make the argument for taking out 2 Conquests and playing a Sea Breeze and a ZR, but the ZRs are $200. So,
Yeah.
I can also make the argument for taking out a Conquest and running 2 more Voltage. Like, it's fine. Conquest is flip up a Conquest if you have flip up a Conquest, retire one of your opponent's rear guards. And then all of your front row gets +5 for each open circle in your opponent's front row. So it's a +10 to your front row.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's pretty simple, good, free.
Free. That's what matters.
It's fine. G-Guards, 2 of the Fighters Collection 1. He's dank. When you use him, flip up a, GB1, flip up a G-Guardian. Your opponent chooses one of the rear guards and retires it and binds it face up. And then if your opponent has at least 2 more rear guards than you, they retire another one. He's insane. I love him. I run 2 Bulwark. Don't honestly use him very often because I just flip things up with my other one. But he Thunderstrike 3 gets +10 shield, and then at the end of the battle that you guarded with him, for every 4 cards in your opponent's bind zone, you choose one of their rested rear guards and bind it. So, and retire it. And retire it, and it's from front row. Thought it was bound. Read your cards, people.
Right.
And then this one's really good. It's okay. It's just free, to be honest, kind of. Mystic Wisdom Creation Brahma. When you use her to guard, bind 2 of your cards from your drop zone, and then she gets +10 shield. You don't bind your opponents, you bind your own. This is like the only card to bind your own, unless you're playing Dungaree. But,
Dude, where's the Dungaree support at, though?
Where'd the Dungaree support at?
I've been waiting for that shit since Limit Break era.
So, usually in a game, I'll, use a Brahma, and then, I'll save my G-Guards until I can, double G-Guard with both of these. And then, it just pushes me to GB8 really quick, and then I end the game with my GB8. So, yeah. So, that was kind of a long deck profile, because we were kind of dicking around. But, if you like this video, subscribe, hit that like button. Be a meme YouTuber. Smash that like button.
Oh, yeah. Find me on the wiki, CF Trooper.
Find him on the wiki CF group.
CF Trooper, my username.
CF Drubert.
Yeah, because my first and my last name
okay.
put together.
All right.
Cardfight.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right. Expect videos with Vanquisher versus other shit, just to show you how dank this Vanquisher deck is. So if you don't believe me, check those out.
Bye. Resist.